Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Today we're talking about the latest scam in Call of Dragons. Okay, as we start this video, it's worth noting that this channel is not sponsored by the makers of Call of Dragons. Okay, so in the latest update, there's something that I think kind of flew under the radar here, and that's the priority coin system. And a number of people have written to me and asked me, hey, can you write about this? I'm not real happy about this, or can you explain what's going on? Happy to do so. Okay. And the first thing I'll note, and like plenty of other channels have done a much better job across lots of games about this. But basically, anytime you see a game like this introducing a new currency into a game, the only reason you do that is to steal more of the player's money. Okay. And it's no difference here. Okay. So what are priority coins? Well, here's their sales pitch, right? The sales pitch is previously when you sold a war pet at auction, you would get gems, okay? And if you wanted gems, that was great. But what if you didn't want gems? What if you wanted to upgrade your war pets? Like you're a free to play, low spend player, you manage to catch a war pet that will actually sell at auction, and you sell the pet, but that's great. You get gems. You can't use that to buy pet skills. You can only use it for whatever gems are for, lots of things, but not war pet skills. And so it was sort of like, oh, those players are tough, in tough spot. Well, they really like to upgrade their war pets, and so we'll do them a solid. Okay, we'll introduce things called priority coins. And now, when you sell a war pet, you can either select the priority coins or the gems, and do with them what you will. Right? If you select gems, same as always. If you select priority coins, you can use those to buy pet skills. That's the only thing priority coins can be used for. But if that's what you want, hey, great. Okay. And they tried to sell this as just like a win-win for the player, like no downside. The problem is you got to read the fine print here, okay? So here's the issue, right? Priority coins can only be used to buy pet skills. They can't be used to anything else, to include buying pets at auction, to include buying resources. Now, let's go to the pets skill here, right? And the issue with the auction is the same as it always been, and that the minimum bid you have is so much higher than most war pets are selling for, right? So you can see the vast majority of war pets have no bids on them, and the vast majority of war pets will never sell. If we can filter by the bids received, we can see we actually have 7 war pets that have bids on them right now, and that's like much higher than usual. We got 2 of the new war pets that are, have bids on them. And then we have looks like 2 venom lizards and 3 sand lizards and nothing else. If we look at the ones with no bids, right? We can see we have 38 pages of war pets with no bids on them. And so this new system, it does nothing to fix the fundamental issue with war pets. Okay, you might say, hey, that's great, right? You didn't fix the issue with war pets, but at least like if you manage to get a war pet that sells, and it's very rare, but if you're so lucky to get a war pet that sells, at least now you could theoretically use the pet coins to reinvest into a war pet. Okay, here's the issue. The system they implemented doesn't just go to the currency you get from selling a war pet. It goes to all currency you get from pet skills. So let's say I'm going to this is my the cards I have right here. Let's try and sell something, and I'll go to a 0 star. Right, I got a 0 star heart wall here. I want to sell it for pet coins. I can sell it, and it's worth 20, but I'm only gonna get 16 because of the stupid markup system. That's fine. And you can see at the top here, I've got 2 currencies here when I used to have 1, right? This is the traditional pet coins, and this is the new priority coins. So let's see what happens when I sell my heart ball here, okay? You can see it went into priority coins. Now the issue is um, priority coins can only be used to buy pet skills. Whereas the traditional coins could be used to buy pet skills, of course, but they could also, that's like what you use to buy war pets at auction. Right now I have 13,000, I can't buy anything, but if I had a lot more of these, I could buy a pet at auction. Or alternatively, I could go into the market here. Let's see, it's been a minute since I used it here. Yeah, here we go. I can go into the market and buy resources here, right? And what do I always need? I always need mana. So let's see if there's any mana for sale. There usually is, right? And it cost me 600 coins to buy 5 million mana. Okay, that's fine. oh, look, I can only use my traditional coins to buy that. I can't use any of the priority coins here. Okay, and so the effect of this is, whereas used to be if you were like a free to play low spend player and you like really weren't that into war pets, or you built out your venom lizards and sand lizards and you were fine, you could farm war pets, sell the skills you got, get regular coins from it, buy resources with it, right? You can't do that anymore. They took that away from you. The other thing is, like, as you're building up coins, you can't use priority coins to buy these war pets anymore. And unlike before, there's only one way to get traditional coins, and that's go into the exchange coin market and just spend cash. Before, if you're a free to play, low spend player, you could accumulate traditional coins by selling pet skills, which means you could theoretically buy a war pet one day if you wanted to. Here's the other thing, right? A little while ago, I made a video about a way you could use your alts to help out your main account. You could farm on those alts for a long time and build up enough traditional coins. And then when you got a war pet, you could list it for auction. And like, it probably wouldn't sell because the vast majority of war pets don't sell. But you could use your alt if you saved up enough coins, and then your alt would get the war pet, and then your main account would get gems, right? And it was a little way to use an additional way to use your farms to help in your main accounts. Guess what? That's gone now too. Okay. So they tried to sell this new bullshit system as a win for the players, when in truth, it's just another way to screw you out of your money. All right. Okay, and here's how you know 100% that the intention of this system is just straight scam, right? If they were really concerned about people selling their war pets and not being able to reinvest, the proceeds of that sale back into war pet skills, you know how you fix that? You don't need to invent a whole new freaking currency. You can make it so when you sell a war pet, you receive either gems or pet coins, or you can make it so you can buy pet coins with gems. It's too easy. The only reason you invent a new currency is because you want to steal more monies from the players. And like, frankly, we know the track record of the developers, and they deserve no benefit of the doubt. Hey, all right, that's all I got for you today. You stay safe out there, Belleron.
Thanks for your time.